Put yourself in position to win big on Kentucky Derby Day with the power of daily racing form. Visit shop.drf.com and get past performances, expert picks, betting strategies, clock reports, and more. Again, that's shop.drf.com. Dan Illman, Mike Beard taking a peek at Kentucky Derby Contender Mage, a horse that's come a long way since being an unraced maiden towards the end of January. He won his career debut going 7/8 of a mile. He ran okay in the Fountain of Youth, his second lifetime start, considering they were stretching him out. He didn't break very well, and he was kind of hung outside. And then he gave a career best performance in this race, the Florida Derby, where he gets the jump on champion Forte, turning for home for a brief instant. It looks like he's going to upset the champion, and Forte's going to grind him down inside the 16th.
Yeah, he's got a couple of lengths here past the 8th pole, Dan, on the champ Forte, but he's just going to get run over late in this race. Still a good performance for Mage. Also worth pointing out that he broke very poorly in this race to wind up last early. After that, I kind of thought Saez did everything right, and this horse ran a very good race in that Florida Derby, Dan, but he was only second best.
I really love the push button acceleration he utilized, leaving the backstretch, entering the second turn to really put himself in strong position, just really sort of outran Forte on the second turn to get to the lead. But you mentioned the flaw right now. This horse has not broken well in his last two starts. If he breaks poorly in the Kentucky Derby, considering his level of inexperience and the fact that he'll be facing 19 other horses, that's going to be extremely tough to overcome, obviously.
Yeah, it's been a real issue for this horse so far. I mean, the talent that he's shown in his first three starts is apparent. This horse has a lot going for him, otherwise. But man, he wasn't even great from the gate in his debut, Dan. He won his first start going 7 furlongs. He was even green out of the gate that day, but he had good speed to make the lead, and he won that race in relatively fast time. He's run well in both starts since then, but he has not gotten out of the gate well. It's put him in compromising positions in both the Fountain of Youth and the Florida Derby, and it'll be a big problem for him if it happens again on the first Saturday in May.
He's always shown promise. He was a $235,000 yearling. He breezed in 10 seconds flat and then sold for $290,000 as a May 2-year-old. He's a half-brother to a stakes-place dirt sprinter, but this dam was a stakes winner going 2 turns on the turf. And if you're worried about stamina, don't be. The dam's also a half-sister to Finnegan's Wake, a very long-winded Grade 1 stakes winner on the turf. I'm not too worried about the distance, Mike, but it was only his 4th lifetime start without any 2-year-old foundation. Worrying about him getting away from the gate, that's upsetting. And also, if you think he's going to beat Forte, he was ever going to beat Forte, wasn't last time the time?
Probably. I mean, that's the way I look at it, but opinions will vary. And certainly there is a way to look at that race. And it wouldn't be too hard to convince yourself that maybe Mage ran the better race there. I don't look at it that way, but I know some people who do. Listen, talent can overcome a lot of things, Dan. And I do think this horse has a lot of talent, but there's also a lot working against him. And he also, let's be honest, he has a little bit of that wise guy feel to him. And it doesn't, at this point anyway, it doesn't seem like he's going to be some kind of huge price in the Derby. I think he's going to take a little bit of money.
I agree with you. I do think he's going to take a little bit of money. He is a talented horse. I agree with you there. I think there are big things in the future for Mage. I'm a little concerned that this could be a little bit of too much too soon, but Mage will pick up Javier Castellano, who was aboard for the Fountain of Youth. Javier, I believe, took off Ray's Cane to ride Mage a week out from the Derby. Mage, very lightly raced, tons of upside, tons of ability, but he's extremely inexperienced, and we'll see if that works against him on the first Saturday in May.